D. Sword.
Doing my job, 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 doing my job.
I think tonight Brian delivered on the promise that you know, everyone always said Brian has such great talent and he always has such a wonderful amateur career, and so much was expected of him in the way he won his first world title in such dramatic fashion. So people scratched their heads in performances that were lackluster following that. I think today Brian really became a man, and Brian delivered on the promise that everyone knew that he made years ago. What it means for his career is unimaginable, because it takes more these days than winning a world title. It takes big wins over people that the public doesn't expect you to beat. Brian wasn't expected to have such an easy time with as powerful a presence as Segura. In beating him, this puts us in the catbird seat. We can go after Pongsaklek, Wanjan Kam in a unification and sell that fight for a lot of money. We could, I mean, if Segura wants a rematch, we can test the waters with that. We could go after Calderon, who very much, there's a long amateur history between Calderon and Brian that would be very interesting to a lot of observers. And we can also test the waters at 115 pounds, although I think Brian made 112 really well. He was eating right up until the weigh-in. So I think we're going to probably stay at 112 because it's his natural weight. But I think at 112, Brian is the very best in the world, hands down. I also believe that Segura underestimated Brian's power. You know, everybody kept talking about what a beast Segura is, but you could get what a puncher Brian is. And the difference is that Brian was really busy tonight. He didn't lay on the ropes, he didn't do the things that people get aggravated about. You were brilliant, and I applaud you for it, and we all love you for it. I want Brian to be very active. And we now have the luxury. This was a mandatory defense, so we now have no we have nothing that we have to get out of the way, so it's now up to us. Brian didn't suffer any injuries, thank God, in this fight, and so therefore I'd like to get him back in the ring maybe as early as mid-February, and really have him be an active champion. There's a lot of ground to cover. I just want to say that none of this could have gotten done without the support of you, the Philippine people, and also GMA, who has been incredible. We are really blessed to have them in our corner. You guys are real fight fans, and you know, it's not easy with the lower weights. And yet, this was a fight tonight that belonged on HBO or Showtime or the big premium channels in the United States. They lost out by not having this event. It was a brilliant fight between the two best little guys in the world, and we're just grateful to you for hosting it. The possible opponents that come to mind are Pongsaklek Wanjan Kam, who is a great, a historic figure in the division. Tyson Marquez, who is the WBA flyweight champion. Ivan Calderon, who you know, many people might not think would be a competitive fight for Brian, but Styles do make fights, and they have a lot of unfinished business to do from the amateurs. I think they fought in the amateurs four or five times, and Brian won most of those, but it was, you know, those were the two best guys in the lower weight division in the amateurs. Those are the names that come to mind off the bat.
Doing my job, doing my job.